First off, I'd like to say that I'm really proud of Valerie Aponsa for making this concept of reality no matter how much time has passed. Anyone who has ever wanted to speak out about something that is meaningful to them had gotten a chance to do so through this opportunity. It was a pleasure contributing a piece to this brilliant anthology, and to have worked alongside Valerie as a social media coordinator for the Instagram page at YPT Project. I was a member of the Canadian University Press's Facebook group in the Ontario region. At the time, they were constantly updating their page with opportunities for aspiring and working writers, all of which I would get notifications for. One of them just so happened to be a submissions call for this project, and this was after I had a class that concentrated on the perpetuating disregard for meaningful journalism within the context of corporate ideologies and economic law, and the harms that arise from such negligence. Writing has always been a passion of mine, long before it became a part of my career. But this was the class in particular that cemented my motivation to pursue this dream and to speak to this growing issue in any sort of communication effort or content creation. It was as if fate answered my prayers when this opportunity presented itself. From the moment my submission was accepted, something that I had not anticipated, seeing as I had missed the deadline by a day, I knew that this would be my stepping stone to authorship. To get one of my pieces published in a book was something I could only dream of, and this project had given me the confidence to someday publish my own books. Still working on that. From Valerie's heartfelt preface to Philbert's empowering poetry, this is an anthology that anyone can find relatable, whether the pieces speak to their personal narrative or to the grand scheme of things. Young, Broken, Talented had brought together creative minds, insightful perspectives, and varying interpretations of what it means to have goals and to constantly be struggling in general. That, in and of itself, is remarkable. What I like about this book is that it stays true to each author's voice and intent. It accepts many forms of expression and encourages topic diversity. You don't have to be eloquent, but you're also not limited to just writing accounts about your own experiences. Mine is an academically oriented essay about corporate journalism, for goodness sake. Many of the pieces, especially the poems, are largely open-ended, which I hope has lent themselves to discourse among the readership. I personally have thoroughly enjoyed reading everyone's submissions, and coming back to them even to this day. There were so many quotable lines that I had a hard time choosing my absolute favorites for the Instagram page. It is clear that much effort and soul have been put into these pieces, and I feel like I have learned a lot more about reality and other people's truths through them. It was as if I was reading about characters in novels that were all going through their own arcs in their respective stories, and each is a reflection of how people see the world and why they do what they do. If there is one thing I wish I could have seen, it is illustrations and designs, whether they are submissions or done by the creative team. I feel that having these would give more character and uniqueness to the pieces, especially the poems. At the same time, however, I think that not having visuals allows readers to conjure up their own mental imagery, according to where and how they could see these stories taking place. While I would have liked to see some artwork, I can definitely see and accept the other side of the argument. I still wholeheartedly believe that this anthology should get a sequel, or perhaps even become a series. This is a project after all, and I don't see why it can't be an ongoing one. I'm sure that other people would find it inspiring and would want to share their own ideas. I think it would help contribute to contemporary literature, which would invite anyone who has a story to tell to discuss. Not only would it get people reading more, it would also give them hope that the issues that they believe are only tormenting their minds are possibly already being talked about on a wider scale.